oil change service near me. An oil change is one of the most common services in vehicle ownership, but common should not be confused with unimportant. Routine does not mean careless. Simple does not mean optional. Familiar does not mean minor. A proper oil change is one of the most important ways to protect your engine, reduce internal wear, support long-term reliability, and help your vehicle stay ready for daily driving. Your vehicle is not just used as a machine sitting in the driveway. It's a part of how life works. It gets you to work, takes you to your family where you need to go. It helps you handle errands, appointments, school, business, responsibilities, travel, caregiving, daily commitments. When your vehicle is reliable, life moves smoother. When it's not, everything becomes harder. That's why the oil service matters. It's not just replacing old oil with fresh oil. It's about protecting the engine before damage can have a chance to develop. It's about creating a regular checkpoint for the vehicle so that when you walk into a shop and they're changing the oil, if you go to a quick lube place, then they're probably just changing the oil and doing a very, very minor courtesy check / digital vehicle inspection, and getting the oil changed means that you're going to be to the shop at least twice a year, preferably 3 times a year, depending on how much you're driving. But at minimum, it should be 3 times a year for real. I mean, think about it. Even with your car just sitting there, your car is definitely losing all kinds of stuff with it just sitting there. Your battery is not being, it's just draining power, so it's going bad right before your very eyes. All of the chemicals are getting aged right there in your vehicle, only they're not getting aged like sitting in the bottle on the shelf. They're getting aged like they've already had, contaminants dumped in, has become a part of them. So the contaminants inside of the fluids at that point, as all of the different additives are breaking down and the everything's breaking down inside of it, it's just sitting there breaking down even faster since you've actually used it. So it's not in its clean state sitting on the shelf anymore. But your oil is so important, it's not even funny. I mean, it keeps your engine lubricated. It keeps, it helps reduce the heat. It does so many things, it's not even funny. And when it's clean and it's full and in good condition, it can do its job. But the older it gets and the more contaminated or broken down it gets, it cannot protect the engine as efficiently. And that's just the way it works. I mean, there's no getting around it. And then I would honestly say, if you're going to do the oil, and you should, and I'm recommending every 4 months, every 5,000 miles. I really don't care what if it's an older vehicle, I'm recommending 3 months, 3,000. But if it's a newer vehicle, I'm recommending 4 months, 5,000. So think about it. Back in the day, the average mileage driven was 12,000 miles. Now it's 15,000 miles. So if you were doing it every 3 months, 3,000, back like when you were supposed to, you were definitely going to be in 4 times a year. But now the average mileage is 15,000 miles a year. So you're going to be in every 4 months, 5,000. So you already went from being supposed to be in there 4 times a year to 3 times a year as it is. And again, if the shop needs to be looking at your vehicle, they need to be checking your vehicle out. They need to make sure that everything is on point and that you could, you're driving your car, and it's so funny. We're driving the car 75 miles an hour down the freeway, and we're totally comfortable doing it. And we should be comfortable doing it. But should we be comfortable doing it if we're not taking care of it? I mean, we're expecting it to take care of you. So why wouldn't you take care of it? And if you're not going to replace the other fluids on a timely fashion, why are you changing the oil? If you're not going to replace the shocks and struts in a timely fashion, why are you changing your oil? If you're not going to maintain it, I mean, if you're not going to maintain the shocks, struts, flushes, filters, belts, hoses, timing belt, spark plug, balance align, battery service on a timely fashion, maintaining your vehicle like you're supposed to, why are you changing the oil? So again, the shorter trips are the hardest trips on a vehicle, hardest trips by far on a vehicle. We don't we don't want to endure that. We don't want to. Your car really likes to be driven. It's what it was designed to do. It doesn't like to sit there. Okay. Definitely don't want the contaminants breaking down even quicker just sitting there. And no, I mean, think about it. You change the air filter in your house once, twice, three, four, five, six times a year. Well, you're not going to replace the oil filter? Think about it. The oil filter is such a critical piece, it's not even funny. And the funny part is even we all will tend to agree for the most part that an oil filter is a critical part of the service, right? But yet we are told we don't have to change the transmission filter ever. And I mean, bluntly, if you are, doing a fluid exchange on your transmission often enough, you don't have to replace the filter. But if you're not changing out that fluid, then you're definitely going to be, think about it. It's a filter. It needs to be changed out. Why do they put a filter in it if it doesn't need to be changed? And your brakes are a huge part of what needs to be checked every time you go in for an oil change. Your vehicle needs to be checked. I mean, safety first, right? We all know it. Safety first. We train our children from a very early age nowadays on safety first, but then we end up not practicing it like we're supposed to. And then, of course, you definitely need to be dealing with a shop you can trust. You need to be always finding a shop that you can trust no matter what. And the way that works is straightforward and simple. It's about communication. It's about listening to what they're saying and then communicating yourself. It's about understanding that a relationship goes both ways. And with a relationship going both ways, that means that you have to develop trust. That means you can't lie to your service repair shop. You can, but it's not going to save you money. It'll end up costing you more money. I guarantee it. And do you want them lying to you? No, we don't. So a relationship is built on mutual respect and mutual trust. Go in, find a shop that you can have mutual respect with, mutual trust with, that's going to take care of you. And life is so much easier, it's not even funny. And allow them to check the vehicle. They're not digging for dollars. They're trying to find out what's going on with your car and make you aware of it. And then if they're not honest, if they're not trustworthy, then that's a whole other thing. But you'll find that out soon enough. I mean, and then look at the Google reviews. They'll get caught soon enough if they're not honest. So check out the Google reviews. Stay safe, stay strong.